All Hallows Eve, that time of year, all creatures from beneath are unleashed to the world. It's time to return to where we all started. Another year, but the scares continue. Another month, but the fear proceeds to rise. This is the Venom Month of Horrors 2, The Quest for Shet.
Hello and welcome to the second annual Venom Month of Horrors. Another year and it doesn't get any less scary. Now, did you consider any of that art? I rest my case.
I'm very pleased to meet you.
Eraserhead is a weird, trippy experience that shows Henry, played by Jack Nance, who visits his girlfriend for dinner with her mother, but it turns out they've somehow birthed an inhuman, abnormal mutant baby and they then have to raise it. That's about it. The mutant baby is hardly in the film. It's just kind of weird, trippy visuals that people try to misconstrue as art. It's one of those films. That they don't have a plot, they just put weird shit on screen and it's apparently automatically intelligent. It's one of those.
Well, what the hell do they know?
Director David Lynch actually never intended to be a filmmaker. Well, if this movie is anything to go by, I'm not surprised.
Thank you very much.
He was actually setting off to be a painter, but in 1970 he reverted to making movies, taking up a film scholarship at the American Film Institute, but he was unhappy with the course he was taking and was about to drop out before being offered the opportunity to produce his own script. He was even given access to the school's entire campus of sets, and it was originally going to be used on a film called Garden Back based on one of his paintings. It, much like this, was a weird script with surreal imagery, adultery, and would have a growing insect representing a man's lust for his neighbour. It was set to be a 45-minute movie, but the AFI felt it would be too long for such a bizarre non-linear script. Yeah, you got that right.
I'm sorry.
To replace it, he came up with what would eventually become Eraserhead, based on a daydream of a man's head being taken to a pencil factory by a small boy. Yeah, you shouldn't trust this guy around cameras. Or pointy objects.
Of course.
The AFI was still against his ideas, but one of the higher-ups threatened to resign if they didn't let it go ahead, and they decided to allow it. Douchebag.
What are you talking about?
The script was inspired by the novella The Metamorphosis, as well as Nikolai Gogol's story The Nose, as well as the Bible itself. Oh, trust me, Jesus has nothing to do with this film.
I can't stand it, I'm going home!
Lynch also used his own real fear of becoming a father for the story. Furthermore, since his daughter Jennifer was born with clubbed feet that required corrective surgery at a young age. He also amazingly claimed the weird imagery shown is inspired by his life in Philadelphia. I saw so many things in Philadelphia I couldn't believe. I saw a grown man grab his breasts and speak like a baby, complaining her nipples hurt. This kind of thing will set you back. Yeah, it was probably this bitch.
I thought I heard a stranger!
Amusingly, when writing a screenplay, the main rule of thumb is that one page of the script is 1 minute of screen time. So when the studio read Lynch's screenplay, which was only 22 pages, they estimated it would only be a mere 20 minutes long, dragging out production for years. In fact, there's one scene where Henry simply opens a door, and an entire year passed before he was even filmed entering that room. But they were determined and dedicated enough to finish the movie regardless. David Lynch was good friends with the husband of Sissy Spacek, and they took regular donations to keep the production going for many years. Wow, and they didn't blow it on a stupid game show. Good work, guys.
I have a very good reason.
Wife of lead actor Jack Nance also helped fund the project, but mysteriously, the practical effects to create the mutant baby have, to this day, remained completely secret. The crew involved were literally blindfolded by Lynch whenever they were done, and he has always refused to discuss them in any interviews. Many believe it was from a skinned rabbit or a lamb fetus. As long as it's not a chicken.
I think we made the chicken's life better. Got to be in a movie, got fucked, and then right after filming the next take, the cast ate the chicken.
Sicko.
Oh.
In fact, Lynch also flat out refuses to talk about the film because he wants audiences to decide for themselves what the hell it means. So basically, he just put lots of weird shit on screen, had no idea what it meant, and he's asking you for help.
Oh, yeah?
Eraserhead premiered in Los Angeles, California on March the 19th, 1977, and only 25 people attended. The next day it dropped to just 24, but it continued to run as a midnight feature for about a year. Lynch went back to the drawing board and made some cuts, erasing 20 minutes from the running time. Wait, this was going to be even longer? Because there was so much story?
All right with you?
It continued to have showings and slowly began to build a cult status, even having Premiere pick it as one of the 25 most dangerous movies ever made. Yeah, you watch it, you die!
Yes.
And Entertainment Weekly picked it as the 14th greatest cult film in history, grossing $7 million and inspiring so many films over the years. In fact, Stanley Kubrick showed this to his cast of The Shining to get them in the right zone. Okay, that is the last straw. I mean, Kubrick, you tortured Shelley Duvall and made her life hell, but the fact that you also made her and the entire cast watch this pile of crap, you are a monster, sir!
No.
But it was a mixed bag among critics. It's a sickening bad taste exercise. The movie drags so much that gestation made it incredibly tedious and the finale is just unwatchable. Eraserhead is unique, but I feel the film's intensity and nightmare clarity are a result of Lynch's attention to detail in its creation due to his involvement in so many roles during its production. While The Elephant Man was a well-made film with an accomplished cast, this was not. Eraserhead is murkily pretentious and the horror aspect stems solely from the appearance of the deformed child rather than from the script or the performances. Eraserhead represents Lynch's best work. The director's artistic talent declined, however, as his popularity grew and contrasted with the film Wild at Heart. Even the most cursory comparison of Eraserhead with Wild at Heart reveals an artistic decline so precipitous that it is hard to imagine the same person making both films. Eraserhead demonstrates that Lynch was one of the most unalloyed surrealists ever to work in the movies. The film is intensely personal, but unlike other surrealist films such as Louis Buñuel's Un Chien Andalou or L'Âge d'Or, the imagery just isn't reaching out to us from these films, we're sinking into them. It was a lot more radical and enjoyable than Lynch's later standards. The film gathers loosely related ideas and it is so consumed with surreal imagery that there are almost limitless possibilities to read personal theories into it. Personally, I feel they represented a fear of personal commitment and a strong sexual undercurrent. Eraserhead is beautiful, annoying, funny, exasperating and repellent, but always bristling with a nervous energy. I love the film's use of sound. To see the film means nothing, one must also hear it. The sound design is an intergalactic seashell cocked into the ears of an acid-tripping gargantua. It's a beautiful film with a sound design that's like industrial groaning, as if it was filmed inside some collapsing factory or gigantic dying organism. The film's sheer body horror elements are similar to Ridley Scott's Alien. The sound design is incredibly disturbing and is almost an open metaphor. Eraserhead sets up the obsessions that would follow Lynch throughout his entire career. The film's surrealism only enhanced the understanding of the director's latest films. The sound design is incredible and Lynch's ability to make the ordinary seem so odd continues to impress. It's definitely an inspiration on my own work. It's less of a straight story and just a surrealistic assemblage. Eraserhead is easily Lynch's best film. I think all of the director's subsequent output failed to live up to it. You want to know why it's called Eraserhead? Because I want to erase the head of every single person involved in making it!
I'd be happy to.
For the record, there's no explanation as to what Eraserhead even means. Sounds like a serial killer with a head that can take away your doodles. But yeah, even the lead actor Jack Nance has admitted that he has no clue whatsoever what the hell it means.
Why are you asking me this question?
The movie is just weird. And I hate the argument, oh, it's just art, you don't understand. Yes, I don't understand, explain it to me. That's all people say, it's just art, you don't understand. No, just putting weird shit on screen doesn't automatically make it art.
Answer me.
I mean, just check out the very first shot of the film. And we spend an incredibly long 9 minutes with no dialogue, but this weird ambience white noise sound effect that's supposed to build tension and create an eerie atmosphere, but it doesn't. It's just loud and annoying and makes your ears bleed. God's sake! And it lasts so long you either have to endure the nails on a chalkboard or put it on mute. But I do not exaggerate. Nothing happens for 25 minutes of the movie. The first 7 minutes is this guy with stupid hair just walking around aimlessly. We finally cut to indoors, which ends that annoying noise, but then it continues again 5 minutes later. Shut up! It even continues during dialogue.
Dinner's almost ready. Come on in.
I can't focus on what's being said when you've got some jackass roaring through a microphone. It doesn't do what you think it does, Lynch. I'm sorry. But I will credit it here. This shot of Henry entering the lift and us just watching the door shut from afar is really creepy and adds some uncomfortable tension. And the shot of a brick wall outside the window, though overdone now, is quite cool for its time. But even when Harry meets his girlfriend Mary and her mum, it's just silent. I mean, I get it, this does actually build an awkward and uncomfortable atmosphere, but when it's 19 minutes in an 80-minute film and nothing has happened yet, hurry your ass up! Exciting stuff, this film!
I'm afraid to cut it, you know?
Exactly what the director said about every single scene.
Do I just cut them up like regular chickens?
Sure, just cut them up like regular chickens.
No, not chickens! How am I?
You'll be all right in a minute.
Is that meant to be funny? Because it's not.
Did you and Mary have sexual intercourse?
Anyway, how is your sex life?
You're in very bad trouble if you won't cooperate.
Bad trouble. Oh. As opposed to good trouble. And then she tries to seduce Henry. For no reason. And then Mary shows up, she acts like nothing happened, and the scene continues normally. What the hell? And apparently they have a mutant baby waiting at the hospital. Well, so he never saw her during any of this pregnancy. He didn't know she was pregnant. Why doesn't she have the baby with her? Why am I questioning any of this?
You don't mind, do you, Henry? I mean about getting married.
No, don't do it, Henry. It will cost you a fortune. Trust me. Now, them acting like a mutant baby is perfectly normal could be really funny, but it's never played off like that. Is this supposed to be a dark comedy? Because there's no indications, and scenes like this aren't really written as one. Little Shop of Horrors knew it was silly, so when Seymour sees a plant that is alive and talking, he acts like it's perfectly normal, and it's delivered very funny with its dialogue and his reaction.
Look, you're a plant, an inanimate object.
Does this look inanimate to you, punk?
But here it's not. The scene just plays, and there's no jokes or comedy or anything put in. But they have plenty of that noise. Shut up!
Shut up!
See? Also, great parenting, telling your baby to shut up. Then it looks like the baby is dying or whatever, but it's not focused on at all. This is a newborn mutant alien baby thing, and it's not the main focus of the story. Or lack thereof. It cries every time Henry tries to leave the room, just like my girlfriend. And then... So the music stops before she squishes an alien and... Oh, for the love of God! Do you remember when the point of a movie was to tell a story? You had a story, so you wanted to visually tell it in the medium of film. Can we go back to that, please? And we immediately cut back to Henry and Mary anyway, so what the hell was the point in that? There's this alien crap and it's just not clever, it's not creative, it's not scary, it's just weird, which doesn't automatically make it any of those things.
I locked myself out of my apartment.
Oh, did the plot get locked out there with you? Because we could really do with it right now.
Can I spend the night here?
By far the creepiest thing I've ever heard. And also we're an hour in and nothing has happened. There's more of the deformed lady dancing for no goddamn reason. There's a headless man because apparently that's supposed to be funny or scary or something. You know, I'm so glad that we've spent all this time in this movie learning about this alien. Oh wait! Alright, I guess the kid casually walking in carrying a disembodied human head is a little funny. We're nearing the end of the film now, guys. What else can we do? Oh, I know! Let's have the characters all stare at this mechanical shit operating for no goddamn reason! Yeah, even the Martian is laughing knowing that it's robbed people of time and money. And at this 79-minute mark, Henry sees his woman cheat on him despite the fact that she clearly didn't make him happy in the first place. But this is right out of nowhere and random right near the end of the film. How are we supposed to care? There's the sequence of him cutting the mutant's bandages with suspenseful music playing, building it up. And I don't give a donkey nut. But look, he's cutting up his insides. Ooh, it's so edgy. But finally, the sweetest sound imaginable when the ambience white noise crap ends and we finally and randomly cut to the closing credits. Ah, bliss. Eraserhead isn't very good. I mean, I guess it should actually be seen just for the weird style of filmmaking. There definitely isn't a movie quite like Eraserhead, and the backstory to the director finishing it is quite inspiring, but it has minimal plot, no development, no interesting characters or elements. Just erase it from your head entirely. Just erase it. Erase it all. And then dislike this video.